The man charged in a deadly shooting in North Omaha changes his plea. Last week, Darnell Long Jr., on your screen there, pled no contest to several charges, including manslaughter. It's for the October 2024 shooting outside the Los Diablos Motorcycle Club near 25th and Ames. Police reported hundreds of people running from the scene as several people were involved in a shootout. A man named Alexander Whitcomb died and a woman was injured. He's scheduled to be sentenced on March 30th. The University of Mississippi